处。
吹牛皮，升级绝对是好
完成任务
东西。
即可获得英雄碎片，全新特效套装等你兑换，彰显不凡和尊贵。英雄圣物记录成就，带你回味每一个精彩瞬间。游戏中获得的数据将被忠实记录，数据也许冰冷，但其中跃动的记忆无比火热。勇士联赛再度开启，呼朋唤友，挑战极限。信任与配合是 DOTA 2不变的主题，更有 Plus 助手带你快速上手游戏。也许曾离开，但全世界的玩家都期待你的归来。DOTA Plus，DOTA 2的新时代。
读书人的事情怎么能算通？这是机密。自作自受。
你非常酷。
毁灭。时间结界。
裂地监测，青蛙快跳！可怜的魔导，
死亡之指。你软绵绵的法术真是扶上墙的来。进攻！超新星！月食！雷神之怒！神灭战！末日！接招！原来是这样啊！黑洞！来吧！
要陪丽娜玩吗？会被烧焦的哦。
他们无论怎样武装，也不足以战胜我。
第一份祭品已经奉上，欢迎来到奈摩尔的地盘。They call me Scream.
They call me Scream.
所有爱上灵丹上都不对。
是谁在呼唤水晶侍女？
如果世人不承认我的存在，那就有必要再重新造。
还需要介绍？
灵灭若已经消失，只有主宰尚存。看看这群待宰的羔羊！
没有什么角色是我模仿不出的。
我沿着地上的一个大洞跑到了地下。这东西是座铁链，铁链上还有很大的钩子。最后，死亡之神以为被偷走了。要我说，是无为人族。杀戒的好日子！开工时间，眼观六路，给我叫起来！嘿嘿嘿嘿，好大个儿鲜肉，来亲热亲热，小鲜肉！1、2、1、2，今晚我就陪我来我这儿，给你切个漂亮的豆花。火腿罐头，烧烤时间。这就我骗子，你才是偷东西起家。
这一波滚滚的发挥，跳到侧翼，正面女王两跳，有刷新，直接秒掉天尔莫克。正面偏，这里睡一下骷髅王，想要队友想救，但是噩梦结束之后，偏正面硬刚，再刷 BKB， 跳过来千剑回，这回也吃不出一个圣剑的伤害。红毛大吹风吹自己的，落地之后又被女王魔击沉默了。这一波圣剑 PA 效果还是比较不错的，但是火猫也买火刷新过来，这一刻 PA 没有 BKB， 有点被对面随便宰的意思了
啊！圣剑掉在地上，这一局应该是结束了。
这个时间点，如果夜眼方不想办法把大招配合起来的话，被动刷钱是越打越难受的。后面这个有什么救济吗？叶晨先吃饱了，打黄马，这我还可以出去够够了。关键有个推锅，再不大招也很差，后面有个追再被压先死，不是很好，关键不止伤都没有了，直接彻底开起来了，看条件状态掉的也很快，直接直死。DP后面能不能遭得住呢？贴再过来继续补助住，贴也没了，完成了一波3杀，前方现在只剩2个兄弟，火毛飞滚上来，美国他被迫交大，贴再过来引一起找萨尔，怎么办？好难受，盾一交，萨尔要死，一丝血，加盾冲击啊！美杜莎的话中了大骨灰自己没蓝了，魔法护盾也没用了，而且还有这边被动的缴械，美杜莎也倒了。
来，走过来，直接疯狂生长，末永小狼贴上来，凤凰能不能飞走？飞不走，再给复魂。凤凰阵亡之后，小强也走不了，破晓成鹰跳下来有点尴尬。是的，
凤凰是没有选择变蛋，
他刚刚是有机会变的，
有机会，但是他可能觉得时机不好。
看一下这波怎么说啊？
主要这个萨尔他没大呀，他杀就杀了呀。但把 BKB 交了之后，后面这倒影一给假盾冲击。
哎，水人被沉默了，人直接被打死了。水人顶到那个 TB 的脸上，这边又是一个残音吸入了小精灵，哎，我也被打死。
这里摆大了，摆大招了。深圳再想现在进可能就有点晚了。
大圣 BKB 开的这么早，
开的很果决，国王跳起来，
抢到了，
国王拿到了不朽之守护。远程小松鼠给到一剑，默克赶紧给复魂，但女王这个大招还是成功收掉了天涯默克。骷髅王交出第一发绝命再生，狼人在后排切小松鼠，死亡先知眼睁睁看着他杀掉了自己的小松鼠，吹风之后用残音吸到了召唤物上，但是后续的爆发还是成功打死了狼人。
by your side. Sway me with your tide. It's unnecessary.
Hey everybody, and welcome back here to the CN DPC. My name is R Cryptic, and of course I'm here with the legend himself, Mr. Neff Sensei. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. It is a pleasure to be here with you, Ricky, as usual. I'm well rested. A little bit disappointed though that we only have one series to cover tonight, though.
Very unfortunate. Unfortunately, we gotta. For those of you who have probably heard already at some point or have been tuning in, you would have seen the graphic, the overlays. CDEC unfortunately did forfeit their earlier series, so we did pretty much just have this one series here to round out tonight. And with that forfeit, it does mean we already have our 2 relegated teams. Neff, we are like we're 2 weeks into the DPC, and we know which 2 teams are relegated. Like, that's so weird. That's so wild to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a speed run here in the CNDBC for sure. For anyone not familiar, just tuning in at the moment, due to the players coming back from Romania, they decided to host all of Division 2 at once. Some of the teams, just because of scheduling regions, had to play their games, all of their games already. So we have Neptune Gaming, who has played all 7, and CDEC, who doesn't look like they're going to play any more matches as they're forced into relegation at this point. But there's still a lot up in the air. I mean,
oh yeah, top 4 is spicy, dude. Like the rest of these teams, like Aster.Aries, YBB, Extreme, and Sparking Arrow, all of those teams are up for promotion. I think there is a very good chance we could see tiebreakers once again, thanks to last night's game between Sparking Arrow and Aster, actually leaving Sparking Arrow going 2-0 in the series, which. Here we are. We're back again. Neff 4-1 for 2 teams, 3-1, 3-2. So it's gonna be close. We're gonna have a very close finish to the season for the rest of these teams.
Yeah, and this game here in particular is going to mean a lot. Extreme Aster.Aries was undefeated up until yesterday, where they ended up losing 0-2 to Sparking Arrow Gaming. Yeah, that's correct. I wasn't covering that series, unfortunately. And Extreme Gaming have looked incredible, other than the series they ended up losing to YBB, which had some of the former members of Extreme Gaming in the DBC season number 2.
Yep.
So there is a lot going on here, but Aster.Aries, if they can walk away with this one, I think they'll just about have that upper division spot secured. It would really put a damper on Extreme Gaming's ability to move up themselves. They have played 1 game less than some of these other teams just because they started slightly later, but they've looked very good with that extra prep time. With that slightly different schedule than some of these other rosters here. But Ricky, let's just jump straight into the draft. We've done enough introductions about these 2 teams.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we'll still have plenty of time to talk about them, but yeah, I definitely would love to talk about some of the draft stuff here because it is very important. We see some of the more popular heroes banned out, but this does allow Extreme Gaming to still pick up the Mars, which I think is the most contested, probably the most successful offlaner of the patch right now.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't see the most success at the International. Thunderbirder picked it up almost every single game that they played, and they didn't do so well at TI. So unfortunately, they kind of skewed the stats, but for this tournament, it seems like first pick, first ban material. That and Razor, very popular post TI during the DPC. I think across every single region right now.
Yeah, Razor is getting really popular. I would say his popularity started to rise a lot in North America. About a month and a half ago, just after TI, there was a small tournament. We saw Razor picked up a lot there, and now we're starting to see it get picked up pretty much everywhere and in multiple positions, because we were seeing it picked mostly in the safe lane, but we're seeing it here in China a lot in the mid lane and the off lane. So this is quite different as far as how it plays, the role it plays, and yeah, I think it's going to be really strong. The Timbersaw here, however, for Aster, I'm actually not sold on this because you're into an Enchantress, which is so strong against you in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be able to beat you down, early levels especially. She can harass you out of lane where you don't have the most points in reactive armor. So I'm not crazy about it. And you know what carry you need to pick into this Timbersaw as well. The first thing that comes to mind,
though. That's the big one.
The Morphling is banned, so you don't have that one to worry about. The first thing that comes to mind when I look at this draft here in Aster.Aries is you want somebody who's able to get on top of heroes, like the OD and the Disruptor, with a gap close ability, and you want somebody who can get away from the Razor as well, or burst down the Razor, not take extended fights. Yeah, and that hero is Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, I was like, I know exactly where you're going with this. That hero is still in the pool. It's not the greatest hero into the OD, though, and that is something you do have to be careful about. You do need to get a BKB this game if you want to go for the Phantom Assassin. You could also go for a Troll Warlord here, but into the Razor is pretty rough. Let's see what else. The Monkey King would have been a good pick. The Balanced Snapfire makes sense. The Luna was the other one. That would have been fantastic. There is still a Drow option if they really want to go down that route, because it is protected by the Mars a little bit. But again, I think you need something with burst damage here to kill these heroes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I would have the most burst damage. Also, not amazing against. I mean, you're further away from the Timbersaw in lane, but he's start to be able to zone you as thing goes on. And that's what they're gonna go for, Ricky. They go for the Ursa on the side of Extreme here.
I'm not a fan.
I mean, we've seen it go both ways against the Timbersaw in the past. You know, Timbersaw is actually able to burst down the Ursa before he can build up stacks on him and kill him. Once in a while, we see that super crazy maxing out Timber Chain. At level 3, you put 2 points in Timber Chain and 1 point into Whirling Death. It can do a lot of pure damage.
You just run at people, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you just go face this Void here, right? Oh, wait, no. They have a Razor, OD, and Timber already picked. So they need a support? And it's going to be the 4. The question is, what do you want to run with the Timbersaw? You want to pick something that can roam, I think, and just leave the Timbersaw solo.
I mean, when I think roaming, the first hero that comes to mind in position 4 is Earth Spirit, because I'm such a big fan.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that's the play. Getting on top of, going straight on top of the Ursa, going straight on top of the Mars isn't ideal.
You just go Rubik here, I think.
Rubik?
Yeah. It's pretty dang good. You can steal a lot of good spells. Like stealing Spear, stealing Blink, stealing Arrow. They're all very strong. I think you just take Rubik. It's very safe. The instant disable is probably the best. Wind Ranger, huh? Okay.
TK on the Wind Ranger this game. I mean, if you can set up good shackles, it's just as good as the Rubik. You don't have that instant disable, but being able to get multiple heroes with that make a pretty big difference in these team fights.
Did you hear that dog champ Awu though?
Yeah. So not all team bundles are created equal, Ricky.
No, that's a good one. That's a great voice line. I'm glad they brought it back for this season. I mean, it was pretty much it is one of their best. It is probably one of the better voice lines for sure.
Yeah, it is. God, I need to know what that shirt that he's wearing is. I could swear that it's Goat Simulator or something.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. The one in the middle though looks like a Dota shirt. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, you got a good eye for these things.
Yeah, I'm not. It's like kind of hard to tell. It's, you really have to know the game to understand.
Yeah, of course.
Based on Drafto, what do you think here? Are you leaning more towards Aster.Aries? Or leaning more towards Extreme?
I'm thinking. Oh, nice. I'm thinking. God, Razor's too good right now. Extreme looked so good at the games yesterday, and they ended up giving up Quap to Paparazzi again.
Wow, wait,
so,
really?
Based on, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I look at this, I see just a pretty solid draft in general here from the side of Aster.Aries, and it's really going to come down to this mid lane. I think if Paparazzi pops off, see what I did there?
Yeah.
Then it might work.
Pop Paparazzi for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with not based on draft, based on play that I've seen the last couple of days. I'm gonna go with Extreme Gaming. I didn't get the opportunity to see the game yesterday of Aster.Aries against Sparking Arrow Gaming, but I was told by the other casters they didn't look too good, which is sad because they look very good every other game. And
well, there's your first blood. Sometimes you walk up into the high ground and there's 5 heroes waiting for you. What can you do?
What can you do? That's going to be the end of them. And that does end up going the way of Phoenix as well. All right, that changed my mind. Aster.Aries is very handily going to win this game.
Neff, I don't think you're allowed to do that, if I'm being honest. I don't think you can go back. Sees on your prediction here. I believe you did already lock in final answer. No, I saw you hit the buzzer and say final answer, dude. I saw it.
Well, let's hope that Extreme Gaming have a little bit more luck than me for the rest of this game then.
I am excited, though. This should be a really fun series. I think these teams are incredibly evenly matched. And yeah, a lot of it's going to come down to, I think, this mid lane more than anything. I think if Phoenix does well, gets this Meteor Hammer at a decent time, he should be able to do pretty dang well against this Queen of Pain. And Ursa is just going to be very sad this game if he doesn't beat this Timbersaw. TK, by the way, has blocked the hard camp and the small camp already up here with a couple of sentries. So DY not going to be able to use that enchant for anything. Did go Nature's Attendance level 1, though, as we saw going for that gank.
Yeah. I mean, ended up dropping regardless of that. It's going to really decrease the amount of aggression he's able to pull in this lane. At least he's able to heal himself back up when they, try to trade clicks with him. But it's like you mentioned. We talked about this the other day. When you ward up these two camps, you're playing against an Enchantress. She has to go so far away in order to enchant a creep. And by the time she walks all the way over there, she's wasted a bunch of time that she could be existing inside the lane, harassing the enemies and trading with them. And she only has 30 seconds with level 1 enchant.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that creep. So you get back to lane, you've got like 10 seconds left. You get like a couple auto attacks off with your creep. If the enemies don't run away from you, then your creep just dies.
You just it throws one spell off, and I was like, yes, I did it. I made it.
It's just enchant. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's just like a mud golem and his dying breath as he throws the boulder.
Yeah.
And then luckily you get 2 more, and you're like, all right, let's go.
Let's go.
The real fun starts now.
Well, we'll see if no mud golems, unfortunately, but she's going to get the D wards off here. And Enchantress is okay against the Wind Ranger in lane, though. I mean, as soon as you pop Wind Run, you can just drop enchant on. There you go.
Just like that. Well said, Neff.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of this Windrunner 4. It doesn't necessarily win the support matchup here in this lane, as we can see as DY is just destroying this Wind Ranger over and over. Yeah, it just does. I feel like it's not guaranteed lockdown, and that's what I'm worried about for them.
Yeah. No guaranteed lockdown. It's like that, Slacks going on the completely sane, not deranged human being at all rant for 40 minutes about Wind Ranger in some video. When you don't land the shackles, it can really mess with your game plan.
Yeah, I've never seen Slacks go off the handle ever. That guy is very stable.
Yeah, incredibly normal human being. Now, over in the mid lane, let's talk more about that one again. We're mentioning that a lot of this game is going to come down to who wins this matchup, and it looks like OD is a little bit further ahead right now, 14-6 to the Queen of Pain's 10-1.
Yeah, I think this is an OD favored lane, and honestly, once you get this Meteor Hammer, Quap can't be here anymore. She either has to have someone who can rotate to the lane, or she's gonna die. So I'm very curious to see how she ends up playing this.
Yeah, I mean, you could bait that one out if you keep a hero nearby with a disable. Bring them around to the mid lane. As soon as he tries to drop that first Meteor Hammer, you can very easily turn things around him, because he doesn't get boots when he goes to Meteor Hammer first item. It's one of his big weaknesses.
Absolutely.
Max mana reduced by 394. He just keeps having the stacks built up on him.
Yeah, good luck casting your ult plus any other spell.
Good luck casting your ult pretty soon at this point. Mana reduced by 482.
The good news is this bottle is incredibly valued right now.
Yeah, your mana just go up like crazy percent value wise. But he's probably going to have to stay away from Phoenix for a little while here. Oh no, you hate to see it.
Neff, he didn't stay away from Phoenix there.
580 missing right now. All right. Hopefully, Phoenix does not hit level 6 before you. Well, you still have this multiplier on. You need to leave before he hits level 6.
How come the numbers don't match? Like, it says he's stolen, like, or he's missing 683, but OD says he only has 201.
Oh, right. I'm absolutely crazy. The debuff stacks in a weird way. He's not actually missing 683.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he doesn't actually have a pool of, like...
Oh, yeah, he would have... Oh, my God, yeah, he'd have, like, 1,100 mana right now if that was the case. Yeah. So he's actually missing, like, 200, or now 185. Okay. This makes more sense. I was like, why is this deep? Why does it feel like this is super bugged? Turns out it is just bugged. That's fine.
Poor Queen of Pain.
Isn't one of Mirana's voice lines like "Your eyes deceive you" or something? That's what it was. Yeah, there we go. Trying to stay on theme tonight. Bottom lane, Mars and Mirana. We haven't really seen these two get very active quite yet. This lane usually does pretty well, as you have some pretty good kill potential. Right now, Ulu has really been unable to use static link effectively. He gets like maybe a second of damage steal off on the Mars before he just eats a spear. So kind of a rough situation to be in.
I mean, it's the same sort of matchup with a lot of things that are, normally like running heroes down. Mars happens to be very good against. Yeah, just God's Rebuke ends up doing the job there as well. They're going to turn on the Razor.
Yeah, they do. Tank, however, getting aggressive. Might have paid off for the side of Aries as it does. They go ahead, take down that Mirana. The level 2 Thunderstrike is enough, it would seem. Mid lane. Ooh, Phoenix missed the Sanity's Eclipse here in the mid lane. That might have been a kill. It would have been very close, but Paparazzi will go ahead and pop that regen.
Yeah, but he's going to be fine, just fine now. And you're all out of mana now on Phoenix, so he's got to get back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bottom lane.
Panda?
Never mind, he's going to be fine. Panda might not be, though.
Yeah, he's got God's Rebuke. Yeah, he's got him. A lot of damage there. Again, that's what I'm saying. There's like 2 points in static link, and he has 12 stolen damage, right? Like, this kill wouldn't happen on a red Panda if he was able to actually steal more damage, right? Because that God's Rebuke would do way less. Like, he would just generally not fall in that low.
Attack. Do absolutely nothing. Yeah, exactly.
In the jungle here, though, they find Phoenix with a big Sonic Wave. Also manages to clip TK, and I don't think they'll be able to continue this chase. Maybe Red Panda will blink forward. Looks like he will with that Scream, but level 3 Dagger instead of level 3 Scream. Not going to be able to find the kill.
Yep.
Oh, Tank drops a ward. All right, it's not going to find him. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they find a kill there onto Ava.
Yep. Well, chased him down. Unfortunately, didn't have anyone with him, and it becomes a little bit easier to deal with it. He is almost level 6 now. I think he was just playing a little bit more aggressive than he should have been, trying to get the last little bit of XP there. Once he's got that, then he can start setting up kills with his team. And again, they're trying to play fast with this lineup. They got the Ursa on their side, who I was wondering if he's going to go Orb of Corrosion this game. He's got the Orb of Venom, so it's very clear that he wants to be able to try to run down his Timbersaw, but Timbersaw now at the level advantage on the Ursa. He's going to get to play aggressive instead.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I expected with the pick with the 4 pick, is they just need to give something that can make space for the Timbersaw. Like, he doesn't actually want to fight into the Ursa Enchantress in the early levels, but as soon as he gets to like level 3, past like level 3, so like 4 and 5, you just want to sit solo in the lane, right? Cut the lane constantly and just do your own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
He's sitting the top of the net worth as a result. Well, Phoenix mid gonna drop another hammer on the tower, and that might be the tower. Meteor hammer. Let's see how low. No, not quite. It's gonna be close though. 59 HP. He's gonna go ahead and deny it here, as don't really have an option.
Yeah, top lane.
Getting aggressive onto the Timbersaw, but again, you just don't have the damage to find this kill.
He's got 3 points chain, 3 points reactive armor, so he's going to be pretty tanky. He can get out pretty quickly if the Ursa tries to commit onto him.
He's just trying to force the enrage off the Ursa, because if he gets it, he can't come back to this lane. And he's going to try. Yep, it looks like he's going to get it right now. And Ursa now completely zoned out of this top lane. He's going to be able to just continue to farm here on the Timbersaw. And this tower will eventually fall now.
Yep. I mean, Ursa's got Morbid Mask. He just moved to the jungle. Unfortunately, he does not have the attack speed to take Roche on quite yet. Unless he finds, like, Illusionary or something to tank up Roche for him. Or maybe, like, a Morbid Mask. We'll see. Broom Handle's not bad either. They'll hold on to that one for now. But they're going to look to set so they can up in the bottom lane here. We've got 3 heroes. UI just TP down here.
They're just, like, lane pulling at this point. They just want to try and apply pressure to the tower here, but I don't know if they have the damage to, like, dive Ulu, right? Like, this Razor, he's got the Falcon Blade, Strength Treads, a full Wand, Infused Raindrops. Like, Ulu is surprisingly tanky right now.
Yeah, diving him underneath the tower is probably, like, the worst hero you could try to do this to. And Disruptor just hits level 6 now, so you try to commit onto him underneath the tower. You've missed your window. He's just going to drop a Static Storm onto you, and I think your entire team goes down if you commit too hard for the Razor. Like you mentioned, way too tanky. And now, on the back foot, on the side of Extreme, Aster.Aries. They'll now split up on the OD. He's going to be farming up the enemy team's jungle, limit the space that Ursa and some of these other heroes have to farm, while the Wind Ranger takes over mid for a little bit, wants to get Maelstrom completed. So TK is looking to play kind of greedy here.
Yeah, that's a little surprising. A lot of times we see just like a Force Staff or something come out from the Wind Rangers. Maybe Glimmer Capes or something, but yeah. He just wants to build a Maelstrom, be another source of damage for his team. Timbersaw is getting a big Ancient stack, by the way. Cleans that one up, and he's pretty much got his Yules. So Timbersaw now a lot safer.
Yeah. That one is going to work wonders. Like, buying a little bit of time against this Mars Arena, or like throwing that out when the Spear comes down off to you, is going to be huge.
Whoa. Oh, just got some huge packet loss there. Interesting. DY just going to go down to Ulu here in the bottom lane. Nice glimpse play there. That was a little bit bizarre.
DY take it down. I don't think they're going to be able to push this tower on the side of Extreme instead. They'll shove it in, they'll move back into the jungle now on Viridian Heroes.
I was going to say, the other nice thing about the Yules, though, is you can just Yules the Ursa during Enrage, right? Bait out the whole Enrage timer, and then actually secure the kill. So it can be used offensively and defensively here by this Timbersaw. I think is very smart.
Yeah, and it's much more effective than a Heaven's Halberd against the Ursa because, like you said, even if he's using his Enrage, it still applies a 2.5 second disable, regardless of your status resistance. So multiple Yule Scepters probably necessary this game. People used to build it on Razor, but they realized it's better to just build him super tanky than get a Refresher Orb.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just Refresher is super strong. Actually going to smoke up on Extreme. Looks like they're running their way down here bottom. And
I mean, he's not going to go any further out than this, though.
The scan from the Radiant, it expires just before it connects there with Extreme. And he is actually backing out, but he's going to run right into the Mars. The Arena will spear him against the wall. But again, this guy is surprisingly tanky. But with the Sonic Wave from Paparazzi, they easily get this kill. Shackle comes through, doesn't actually find it onto Paparazzi, but there it is, the Static Storm, the Kinetic Field holding her in place. Glimpse pulls Tank right back into these enemy heroes. We'll find the first two. Now DY trying to run, but there is so much magic damage. There's going to be an Astral from Phoenix. Power shot to finish her off from TK. Double kill for the Wind Ranger. A 3-for-1 trade. I think you're pretty happy about that.
Desperate to make something happen on this map on the side of Extreme. They felt like they were losing, and they were, but not worth it. To go for that Razor, you have to commit so much. You have to go so far. He's just like... The map awareness here from Ulu to realize that something was up. The enemies would probably be running at him, and then sitting so far behind that tier 1 tower. Allows him to secure several kills there. And further cement their lead. Ends up being like 1200 XP advantage after the dust settles there. And
yeah, that's big, actually. I didn't realize it was that much of an XP swing.
Yep. Now Ursa is forced to play catch up. I mean, he's almost got his Diffusal Blade completed, and I think that... Oh no, Ulu.
Well, this is about as bad as it gets here for the Razor.
Okay, so you just died twice in a row. Maybe it's not as worth it for you now. If your position 1 is getting put in the dirt like that.
And it also gives a Diffusal here for the Ursa. Previously, it wasn't that big of a deal. We're like, okay, you trade 3-for-1, not that bad. for Aries overall, but now that second death makes it way worse.
Yeah, we could actually probably go into Roshan right now. You've got Untouchable on the Enchantress and Nature's Attendance level 2. You could tank that up for the Ursa, like the first half of Roshan's HP.
Yeah, just so that he builds the stacks to lifesteal it.
Yeah, unfortunately, playing against a Wind Ranger is going to be able to power shot out the Roshan to scout it. And she's playing pretty close to the Roshan right now.
For the moment, ooh, Red Panda's looking for a glimpse target. Will he get him? Oh, he does. Finds the Enchantress, and with Phoenix here, there's going to be your Astral into the Meteor Hammer. Very easy to connect. Power shot as well. More than enough magic damage here to finish off DY, and it's going to end up going the way of Phoenix.
Always takes a very long time to finish her off, though.
She built tanky. You know, she's got the fluffy hat, stick, raindrops, you know, plus the extra health from the trusty shovel, 3 points in the Nature's Attendance, you know. Not an easy kill, but
no.
Heavy rotation, though. They bring 4 for it.
Well, Red Panda now winning inside the enemy team's jungle. I mean, if they rotate one of the heroes up here after, well, they put the Enchantress back up there and rotate the Ursa up there in a moment, then they might be able to find themselves a kill. But bottom lane, he dug himself a path around the trees here on Ava. I don't think they're going to try to contest this. Instead, they're just going to go into Roshan.
I actually think this is really smart. Phoenix
yeah, this is the best play you can
do pretty fast.
Yeah, and there's no other objectives on the map to take right now. You've taken the top tier one, you've taken the bottom tier, or sorry, the mid tier one, and you're not going to be able to get the tier 1 in the bottom lane.
I was a little bit surprised TK didn't go for like a focus fire on this one.
I guess wasn't necessary. Phoenix does a lot of damage with the Arcane Orb.
Yeah. I'm surprised 4-4-1. A lot of times we see a second point in Essence Flux, but Arcane Orb is one heck of a spell, and now with the Midas completed on his way to his 4-staff, only 100 gold away. Yep. This OD is super farmed. Bottom lane. We're gonna find Paparazzi, and they just drop everything on top of him, stuck inside the Static Storm, the Kinetic Field. Can they actually get the kill, though? Gets the blink away last second, but they've still got vision. And Phoenix, mine, he says?
He's being a little bit more careful now with how much HP they have when he throws the Astrals on them. Yeah, last time, Wind Ranger and Timbersaw fought for it.
Yeah. Little carry contribution there, you know, typical.
Yeah.
Exactly. Shows up, says, thanks for doing all the work, boys, but I'm here to save the day.
Yeah. Okay. Ursa, he's doing decently for himself at the moment. He's sitting second on the net worth. He got a defusal play, working on the BKB, which is absolutely crucial in this game. It's not going to save you from the Razor, but it'll stop them throwing you up in the air with that Eula Scepter that was completed early on the Timbersaw. It'll save you from the damage on this OD. Very necessary stuff. These other heroes, I mean, Mars working on his BKB as well. I think after that, he'll probably go for a Heaven's Halberd. They're playing against 2 ranged heroes, so the disarm is going to be very effective this game. But at the moment, it doesn't feel like they're ready to fight into... it doesn't feel like Extreme Gaming is ready to fight into Aster.Aries. They need a couple more items, and Aster.Aries, they know that. They're running straight through this jungle. They're trying to catch anyone they can out, but they don't manage to connect with anyone, even tank.
And they knew they were under the Moonlight Shadow. They had a ward that scounded the Mirana.
Yeah, super deep.
But they did not manage to get the vision for that glimpse back. And instead, they're just going to go ahead and focus on the tier 2 tower. And I think this is a great play. Like, I think they were wanting to go for the tower anyway. And if they got a kill, it'd be nice. But using the Timbersaw here, who now has the Sange completed on his way to the Kaya. Phoenix, of course, still having that Meteor Hammer. I mean, this tower stands no chance at all. And the only thing you might get out of this on Extreme is mid. And I say might because they can TP back to defend this.
In fact, they already TP TK down here, but she realizes that it is not safe.
All right.
On this Wind Ranger.
So they will trade tier 1 for tier 2. They will claim the outpost.
Yep. And XP advantage will start going their way now. Well, I say start going their way. Yeah, further go in their favor.
Very rarely do you see a very first item BKB on a Queen of Pain, but Paparazzi, like you said, just knows it's absolutely essential this game.
Yep. Essential for both teams, but yeah, you got owned by the Static Storm last time. Doesn't want to have to deal with that.
Well, managed to get the combo despite 2 stuns connecting on top of the OD. Static Storm does come through, and DY. 1 auto attack is all it's needed. We'll find that kill. Backside, though, Timbersaw. Okay, I mean, using Paparazzi's not going to net you anything, so he just blinks away.
Yeah, his blink was on, or well, off of cooldown at the moment. Well, sorry, on cooldown for a couple seconds anyway when he ended up throwing up in the air. So I think he was trying to buy more time for his team to get there, but, you know, they just dropped the Astral on Yodi. They just dropped the Static Storm. They weren't going to be able to get him, especially considering he's got his BKB, but they couldn't even force it there. Yeah. Oh, look what they're doing on Extreme. They've managed to wrap around them in the trees down here.
I see this, but I don't think they want to fight. I think they just want to cut the wave and leave, and
boom.
That's exactly what they're going to do. They just cut the wave real quick, and they're just going to TP out. Yeah, their team has no desire in fighting that one. They've got some really good deep wards, right? They have a ward inside the Radiant base, despite having not really crossed the mid half of the map.
Fair enough. Their vision is pretty good.
They're gonna smoke up.
These super deep wards that they have really do allow them to see some of these ganks coming until they can finish the BKBs on Extreme.
2k gold lead here for Aries. It's not the most, but so far
they're gonna see this coming as well.
Pretty well.
This ward scouts all these TPs. He could just TP out in a couple seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. DY just gonna give his life here for the Ursa most likely. Yeah, TP comes through, and DY, you know, doing his job as a support enchantress.
Which is dying. That is your job. 0 and 6 at the moment, but you know, at the cost of making space for your team. They're good deaths, everybody. That's what you need to understand.
Bottom lane, Ava got baited a little bit there, but TK takes a Sonic Wave from Paparazzi, trying to TP home. It is not gonna happen. The good old evasion that you get from Moonlight Shadow. Or does that not have the talent yet? No, he doesn't have the talent yet. Okay.
No, that was just the win run. Oh, you mean, sorry. Another way around, yeah. They're going to be just fine on their side.
Oh,
Static Storm.
He gets the Enrage off. So even though they drop the Static Storm, you can still get the Enrage coming out of there, but it doesn't matter. You spent too much time in the danger zone, as I like to refer to it as, and you catch the Ursa. That's a big pick-off.
Mm-hmm. Well, a nice find. Unfortunately, he was, like, what, 500 gold away from his BKB when he went down there, so that one is going to set him down back a little bit. But you are actually able to consistently get off. All right, fun fact. I'm not sure if I told this one to you before, but there's an invulnerability frame when you come out of Astral Imprisonment. So you can get off things like BKB if he drops a Static Storm on you after he drops Astral Imprisonment. However, if you drop Static Storm on somebody who's in a Yule Scepter, they're still affected by the silence from the Static Storm while they're in the air and when they get down.
So if you have an Ags Disruptor Static Storm, they won't even be able to use an item when they come down. That's what you're saying.
From the Yules, yeah. But they will always be able to use it when they come out of the OD ult.
That's
the ODW.
Yeah. That's an interesting interaction. Neff with the high-level mechanics. Wouldn't expect anything else from this guy. Absolute legend.
And thank you for calling it by its industry term.
Mechanics. Yes, we are industry people. You know, we understand.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, unfortunately, being able to pop the Enrage as he came out of the Astral Imprisonment there didn't do anything for him.
I can't tell if they saw Paparazzi on the left side of this tree line or not. Oh, Paparazzi saw Red Panda, though, gets the silence. Sonic Wave in a couple of seconds, but Astral save from Phoenix. The BKB comes out. He's got a Sonic Wave this, right? Yeah. And then a quick TP home. He's got to get something on the map, and Paparazzi will find himself a kill, but you lose DY there on the Timbersaw. Dude, Flamethrower online is so brutal.
Cooked himself some deer.
I believe that's called venison.
Yeah. You are, after all, an industry person. You know the industry term for it. My bad.
No, I'm just from America. It's weird.
Fair enough. All right. If he's almost done his BKB, they're almost completed on several of these heroes. There it is. Ursa manages to finish his. Now you're like 350 gold off now on the march. She's almost got it. Once they have this one completed, they'll start looking for kills. I think their first objective is going to be setting up around the Roche pit. They don't want to give this up to Aster.Aries again. They managed to get themselves several towers last time, just mounting on the aggression. It's going to be a longer respawn though, 3 minutes. I think that does favor Aster.Aries, so they'll be able to finish their next set of items before taking this fight, which is going to be, you know, Ghost Scepter on this Timber Saw, BKB on the Wind Ranger, and Aghanim Scepter now being worked on the OD.
Yeah, and that Ags is going to be pretty huge this game once he has it. Not only can you save allies that we saw previously just a moment ago, like trying to save Red Panda, but you now have the ability to just like chain CC this Ursa if he doesn't get the BKB off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Enrage will give him the extra damage resistance in order to get out of the Astral Imprisonment, but however, it doesn't save him being kited around in the team fights outside of that Enrage.
Oh, Smoke's going to get popped. They're looking for the Timber Saw, but they absolutely hold him in place. The BKB is going to be forced here from both cores, and Timber Saw can't get out. Gets taken down. Ulu trying to chase down these cores, but doesn't have the damage alone. You've already lost a big part of this, and the triple BKB. Oh, the triple BKB reveal. Too much, it would seem, for Aster.Aries.
Did you see what happened in that fight? Paparazzi immediately blinked in as soon as the OD showed himself and got the silence off on him with his Orchid. And then they just didn't have the damage just on this Razor. Like, OD gets the majority of the damage in these team fights. And I think Phoenix realized, okay, Paparazzi's too good with his positioning. He knows exactly what he needs to do in these team fights. He changed up after getting the point booster into going for BKB because of what Paparazzi just did.
He's like, well, I have to be able to use my spells.
Well, this guy knows exactly what to do in the team fight and has incredible positioning, even as I blink in. He didn't get a single arcane orb off. That's how quickly he came in there on Paparazzi and got that silence on him.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Mid lane. What's going on here? Ooh, Panda taking a lot of damage here, and yeah, that Ghost pretty difficult to deal with, but TK gonna eat a huge amount of damage from this Focus Fire in the Maelstrom, and now DY trying to run away, but there's just so much damage from the Timber Saw. Quick double kill there for the side of Aster.Aries, and they're gonna continue to look for more as they get an Astral into the Meteor Hammer, and even committing the Static Storm just for safe measure. Phoenix grabs himself too. They're gonna check Roshan and be thoroughly disappointed as they are just 20 seconds too early.
Yep, it was one of the near max respawn times for Roshan, so that means Red Panda is probably just going to sit here inside the pit until it respawns. But like you said, he's going to be very disappointed. They reclaim the outpost, though, and they've taken the tier 1 and 2 towers in the mid and the top lane. That means you're not going to have enough time to get over here, even if it's a max respawn timer, which would have been like another added like 11 or 12 seconds on this Roche. I don't think they'd be able to contest. Like, Phoenix just takes it down way too quickly with this Arcane Orb.
Yeah, OG is one of the best Roche heroes in the game right now.
They're going to try, but they're not going to make it in time. Well, maybe? No.
If he didn't get any mana regens, like if his Essence Flux didn't pop, then possibly, but Ulu's going to grab the Aegis. Shard going to go the way of the OD, and now the Astral is way stronger than before.
Multiple charges of that are going to make all the difference in the world, and, you know, you do still... Oh, yeah. Once he gets the multiple charges, it's going to be stronger. And he does still need his BKB, though. Again, if Paparazzi gets on top of you, we can shut you down in these team fights. Speaking of, he's going for an Eye of Scotty as his next item.
It's good.
He's playing against 4 ranged heroes and Timber Saw. So you're slowing all these heroes by 50%. Timber Saw, he's going to lose half his HP regen with that reactive armor. Makes sense to me.
They lose these mid lane wards, and they decided to just back out on Extreme. I think they were really hoping to take a fight there, but didn't end up connecting. Paparazzi gonna find himself an Invis rune, gets pulled back right into the enemy team. They actually don't have detection for him. Paparazzi's fine.
No detection.
DY, however, he's also fine. Okay. He's pretty happy about that one.
Red Panda, I think, was just sending out wards.
Yeah, they literally just delivered on his courier.
Yeah. Well, as you say, what can you do?
There are only so many sentries that you can buy, so. And you don't really buy dust in this game, right? You weren't really... Well, I guess you probably should have dust against the Mirana team.
Yeah,
he queues up dust. There it is. I was like, I feel like you need dust in this game, actually.
It is always very fun looking at like the players' item choices change immediately after you get a kill or miss a kill, or like go down.
They're like, can't make
so
that mistake again.
A quick discussion. You didn't have detection. We could have killed Quap there. Yeah, they don't have any invis. What do you mean? They've got Mirana. Okay, buys dust. Some of these things, they slip the mind, or you don't have the money for it when you leave the base. You've just purchased an item on a support hero.
Yeah, sometimes you're like
that.
slot limited too, right? Like if you have to like build a bunch of like cheap items.
Yep.
But tier 2 bottom, that's the last one standing for Extreme, and onto the high ground they go, still having the Aegis here for Razor, and they can push this pretty quickly. They've got Flamethrower on the Timbersaw, so it's not an insignificant amount of damage. Spear off the mark. They're gonna drop him right inside the kinetic field, and BKB gets forced.
Yeah, he couldn't pop his own BKB, not on that Razor. Oh, sorry, he couldn't drop the arena there. Not when the Razor standing right there. He would just BKB and walked out of that one. So just like that, they force all the heroes on Extreme back. And now I think they're just going to play the farming game on Aster.Aries for a little bit.
Nothing like good old farming Aegis.
Timbersaw needs another 1,000 gold to finish up this sheep stick. Paparazzi's got the Eye of Scotty completed. Working on the Bloodthorn is his next item, but unfortunately, most of these heroes now on the side of Aster.Aries, they have BKBs completed on 3 heroes. Timbersaw doesn't have one, but he does have the Yule Scepter in order to dispel. And Paparazzi's gonna play in the top lane around this observer board they placed up here on the high ground in the trees.
It's a really useful one. If you get the shackle here on TK, this is huge. But I mean, this is going to be so impossible. Wait a minute.
Him coming because of this ward.
Yeah, he absolutely sees him coming. Blinks up to the north, and yeah, he's going to be
he wants to be able to set up a kill here, I think. But I don't think it's wise for him to stick around too long. Maybe if the maybe if TK stuck around, but with that BKB, it does make finding even a solo kill.
Oh my goodness, the damage that DY just took here from the Razor. They're going to drop a Static Storm, holding in place, but the Arena and the Spear holding them down. They get the Disruptor. Razor still has that Satanic, still has the BKB, but he still has an Aegis. Finally going to get popped here. Phoenix now joining the fight, but doesn't actually find anybody quite yet. Paparazzi still has his BKB. And they all manage to disengage, so they get 2 kills. One of them, of course, the Aegis, but you have to buy back on Red Panda. Oh, that is a Hex finished on Timbersaw.
Yeah, that's what he was working on for a little while now. So he'll be able to control up this Ursa in the team fights. Even if he gets an Agam Scepter, he's not going to be able to get out of this one. They're just going to go up high ground because they know they don't have their cooldowns. They still have got BKB available on the Queen of Pain, though, so she could jump forward.
Spear back. They got him just in time. The Astral doesn't come out. He didn't BKB. Oh, Phoenix. You let your Razor die, and now he needs to get out of here, but I don't know how it's going to happen. Paparazzi with just the slows from this Eye of Scotty. You can just stay on top of the OD. Caught here by an Astral, buy him a little bit of space. He can blink out, of course, but he chooses not to, and instead falls in the middle of this fight, and now falling one by one will be the rest of the Aster.Aries team. He's gonna be able to get out here on the Timbersaw, but dude, what a disaster.
All off the back of blinking in, not being able to get that Astral imprisonment off. Paparazzi is so fast. That was unbelievable how quick he was with that that Orchid coming out onto the OD. That was insane, man. But yeah, you get greedy with the BKB. You want to maximize duration, like you have it active in the team fight and you're whacking away at heroes. So he figures, okay, there's no way this guy's going to be able to disable me that quickly as I go in to save my Razor there, but he did.
I think OD had the BKB in the wrong item slot. I think that's what happened. Because I see a look at him now, and it's definitely swapped to a different position. So I think what happened is, well, we'll see potentially a quick kill here in the mid lane. Tank trying to get away here from the Timbersaw. Pops all 3 leaps, like he'll be able to make it. All right.
He did turn around for a moment, like after he got his BKB off. Like he was kind of confused as what to do. Or sorry, after he got hit by the silence. And he didn't pop his BKB right away. Because if he reacted even like, I think in a reasonable time, it would have gone down. Oh.
This is a long chase here, and Timbersaw in some trouble. Will still be able to find Tank, and DY comes in, but there's the Ursa. Yules by just a little bit of time, and DY will go down to that focus fire. Can the Timbersaw get out of here? No. The Ursa, too much damage. Ulu rotating in as well. Static Storm, Kinetic Field. Oh, the Shackle. That's going to last a while on the Mars, but not on that Ursa. The silence comes through. He pops a Satanic, and there's going to be the Astral to cancel that TP out. And now Summerkill is going to go back the way of Aries here.
Yeah. Unable to stand his ground, unfortunately, and they're going to try to run down the mid lane, maybe? I mean, this is the only one that's pushed in. Bottom lane is way too far, so they can disable backdoor protection with this one. They might head in through the bottom lane afterwards. Oh, just going to run right up the mid. I mean, you're still standing here on Mars. You could spare you back to the tower, and Paparazzi with his Bloodthorn will do a lot of damage to you.
Yeah, Paparazzi has been incredibly good on this Queen of Pain, just making sure to silence up this OD so that these Astral saves can't come out. Obviously, now that you have the Shard, it's really, really, really good at getting heroes out of trouble. But we saw in that engagement bottom, right? Like, he blinks forward, instantly silenced from the Queen of Pain. And it was just enough of, like, catching him off guard that the Razor died.
Yep. Yeah, and he's done that several times now to the OD. That is so sick. And Phoenix realizes how good he is, too. Because the first time it happened to him, he bought himself a BKB. He, like, changed halfway to his Aghanim Scepter. He's like, all right, I just got to get this off faster in order for us to hit this timing this game. But it's looking like they're starting to miss it. I think the fact that he went this point booster, what Paparazzi did in these teamfights to negate this OD's presence is going to be enough for them to come back in this game. Maybe I'm speaking a little bit too soon. You are still up 6k net worth on Aster.Aries. You've got 10 kills over Extreme Gaming. And they're going to smoke up and look for a kill. Roshan responding in the next minute and 40 seconds, so both teams are going to be vying for control of the pit.
It's a very important time. Lots of wards here for Red Panda as well. So they are going to get the high ground ward here, which is going to give them a pretty solid advantage. The question is, can they find anyone as they go deeper into... Oh, smoke instead. Timbersaw channeling up on this outpost. Gets found. Spear comes through. They get the static storm, but it doesn't matter. They pop the instant BKB Sonic Waves as well. Panda stuck inside this arena is going to go down as Phoenix just decides to bail. No, he gets bashed by the Ursa, and Ulu trying to run his way as well, but it's not going to work. The rest of these heroes here will be able to find him as another spear comes out from the Mars. Beautifully done, and now Timbersaw caught out. DY on the backside, picked off by TK. Timbersaw able to make it down to the low ground, but Paparazzi with the chase. Beautiful shackles from TK, but the spear. You are right, Neff. Can he get out? It doesn't look like it. Paparazzi's got his name. Triple kill for the Ursa.
Oh my. The perfect initiation there by the Mars and the Queen of Pain going in them. This Ives ended up being the perfect itemization. The OT with that 50% slow, he couldn't do anything. You're not able to trade anymore when Paparazzi jumps on you with the BKB. All your damage comes from that Arcane Orb. So all they could do was TP out, but Ursa managed to gap the distance, get that bash off onto him, and he changed the items he was going for as well to get this when people started trying to TP away from him. And just like that, timings equal miss now on Aster.Aries. Roshan is going to respond in another 13 seconds. When they get that, this game will turn on its head.
Ursa is now level 25, dude. They just got what was that, 11,000 experience or something in that fight?
Yeah.
They're very far ahead in XP now.
Yep. And for the first time in this game, net worth goes over the way of Extreme Gaming. And Roche is going to... Oh, no. Come on. This is... Wait, it says 0, man.
I know it says 0 to me too. It just isn't spawning yet.
Hello? Video game?
Okay, interesting. Spear comes out. They find the disruptor, but Mars gonna get caught for a moment. Nice Astral there to save him, and a lot of damage coming through from TK once again, but the arena absorbing so much of it. A second Astral comes out from Phoenix, four staffs himself to the low ground. Ulu stuck here by himself up top. He's got to get out of here. He gets a static link off, but it doesn't manage the damage from the Ursa. It might just be too much. He gets the Enrage, and the Fury Swipes will finish him off. 2 kills here for the side of Extreme, and now Roshan has respawned despite his he was stubborn, you know. He didn't want to come back in here just to die to the Ursa again.
That's just the way it is, though. Ursa's and Roshan's. That's how it's always been. Aegis cheese.
Aghanim Scepter for your Ursa, quite good.
Yeah, they're gonna pass it over to him.
That's gonna be about what, 10k gold lead now? Yep, there it is.
Yeah. Look how quickly. Well, let's pull up these graphs. Look how quickly it turned on its head. That's stonks, baby.
Or anti-stonks if you're an Aries fan.
Downward trending graph.
That is what is it? Let me do the Twitch chat meme here. I believe it is Monkus point right downward trending graph or something along those lines. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Or it's Monkus point right Ursa net worth. You know, it's one of those two.
Yeah. All right, Assault Cross now completed on the Queen of Pain. Just going full right clicks on these heroes, and it makes sense.
Oh, Spell Prism as well. That's spicy.
Yeah. That cooldown reduction is going to be huge. This OD is not going to be able to trade with the Queen of Pain once Paparazzi gets on top of him, and he's been doing that every single team fight. The Ursa and the Mars jump onto the rest of the heroes. Paparazzi's only job is stopping Phoenix being able to do things in these team fights, and he's been holding on to this Philosopher's Stone for like the last, I don't know, 20 minutes of this game. But regardless of that, he's farming incredibly slowly.
Yeah, that's a lot of his like a non-insignificant part of his GPM has literally just been him holding a Philosopher's Stone because he wasn't able to find farm. The thing that's so funny is like the Ursa finally has passed Paparazzi in net worth. But that's also with a 6,000 gold stimmy from the Aghanim Scepter. Like, Paparazzi is just enormous compared to every other hero in this game.
Man is large and in charge for sure. He's going for an MKB is his next item. But yeah, shoes on the other foot. They're forced to wait inside their base and hope that Extreme Gaming make a couple mistakes. And I don't see them doing that here. Well, they'll work on these last couple of items. I mean, maybe Blink Dagger on Timbersaw, but he's trying to hold money for buyback. He doesn't want to commit for that one. The items they're working on here. On Extreme, I don't know what Ursa's got queued up next. He hasn't selected anything yet, but the MKB will deal with the evasion on the Wind Ranger. Mars, he doesn't build a Heaven's Helper. He's got a Refresher Orb instead. He's going to Lincoln's queued up next. He's going to work on an overwhelming Blink, so just staying on top of the heroes in this team fight. That's a huge slow that you get off on everybody.
I did not realize he already had the Refresher. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not just Paparazzi who's large and in charge. Ava here is the absolute unit.
Oh, Timbersaw in trouble. There's the Abyssal Blade. Pulls him back. What? Takes a lot of damage anyway. Big gust here comes through from this Wind Ranger, but the BKBs and this arena just zoning out the entire backside of Aster.Aries, and Paparazzi going and trying to take down TK. Gets saved by the Astral, but able to still blink on out. And maybe you get DY here on the Enchantress, but Ulu, you are going so far out of the base. You got to be careful.
DY stands his ground there and actually walked forward after getting glimpsed back into his team, and you waste the buyback. You don't get Aegis, and looks like both heroes getting back now, or both teams rather now. They need to be able to get more than this on Aster.Aries. I assume they're looking to use this Aegis though. No, not going to manage to connect with anyone. Paparazzi, other side of the map right now, finishing off his MKB. Not going to save for buyback. That is a lot of confidence.
If there's anything, if there's any player here that deserves the confidence, it's going to be Paparazzi. He also has the spell block passive, right? The 18-second spell block, as well as tank just standing behind him with this Lincoln Sphere. So it is not easy to kill this Queen of Pain.
No.
Plus a cheese in her back pocket, so.
Yeah. And I think part of it comes down to what you talked about in the draft. I mean, it's easier to critique Aster.Aries now that they're stuck on their high ground trying to defend from this onslaught of Extreme, but no reliable disables makes it very hard to bring down any of these heroes who have BKBs.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, Paparazzi's game is so free. Like, you don't have... Like if you have Rubik or something here, like maybe you find Arrow, maybe you find Spear. You know, some spell that you can use to like have additional crowd control, but...
Yeah, but the instant disable from telekinesis, then you have like one more. But without that, you know, the shackles come out. They're fairly slow, and if you don't end up latching onto anybody, then I think you just straight up lose the team fights. It's 4.6 seconds if you get on to somebody, but that's only if it ends up connecting, and very few times we've seen it connect.
Yeah, and Wind Ranger did manage to go this like pretty hybrid build where, you know, you have a lot of damage at least in the form of like your Wind Ranger, Crystallis, and this BKB, but your team's dying so fast that your damage does not come out fast enough. DY here on the high ground, gonna pop the smoke. They just walk right on up to try and finish off the Enchantress, but the question is, can they even do it, and do they just lose everything in the process? They do. Ulu just dead on the high ground, so is the Timbersaw. Refresher comes out from Ava. Phoenix trying to just run away, but it's not gonna matter. The Gust doing what they can, but it's not going to be enough. And they chase all the way into the base here. Blink forward, and TK, no chance. The damage from Paparazzi just way too much. Gets the triple kill. They called that GG. And game 1 going to go the way of Extreme.
And my God, have they looked good these last couple of days. And it continues to be the Extreme gaming show here in the CN DPC. Aster.Aries, they forced them onto their high ground. They had Extreme Gaming's back against the wall, but they weren't able to close out this game. And a couple of good team fights managed to allow them to turn this game around. I mean, how quickly these silences came out from the Queen of Pain onto the OD, I would say was like the #1 game-winning play. But the space made by this Enchantress this game, allowing the Ursa and the Queen of Pain to find themselves far. I mean, there's no way Paparazzi gets this big if DY isn't creating all that space, I feel.
Yeah, it's really true. It's really true. We're gonna take a look at some highlights here.
I wanna watch these silences over again.
Man, you just really
they're so quick. It is insane how fast they were.
That is true. Paparazzi hit some ridiculous silences this game.
Yeah. Well, I'll point them out as they come, but yeah, these first couple of fights did not go so hot for the Aster.Aries, putting the hurt onto Extreme. And even here, fighting over who's going to get the kill onto the Enchantress.
This is no, this is not one of them, I don't think.
No, not this one. Oh, it looks like they could just skip that one completely. The first one, anyways, where that Queen of Pain came in with the silence.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for the second one and stop the save, though. You gotta show that one.
Yeah. This was surprising.
Here it is.
This fight...
Watch how fast this is. He blinks forward. Actually, it wasn't the extreme. It took like 0.3 seconds for the Orchid to come out, but
it
Phoenix,
caught him mid-animation.
Yeah, it did. You can see him wind up for that one. It's not a long animation either, but it ended up taking a little bit too long. And then, of course, cues up the Basher after this fight, and I think that's when everything just started to fall apart. You're not getting that save off from the Razor going down there, and you need to try and breach high ground because eventually the Extreme Gaming's heroes they are going to outscale you.
This fight was surprisingly not that bad for Aster.Aries. I thought this was going to be a lot worse with like where they started this fight, but the Ursa just comes in and then they just really have no answer for this hero. Like he is just so dang strong right now.
Yeah. And Ulu's game was just ruined by this Mars. I mean, the laning phase afterwards, he really struggled to do anything. He kept him controlled up with arenas. He speared him back into the rest of Extreme Gaming's team. And this was like the game-winning fight here. Look, Arena comes out. They trap two heroes, and Ulu takes a little bit too long to pop his BKB. And Phoenix, because of this Eye of Scotty, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he just gets Sonic Waved and attacked like 3 times, and he's like, all right, we'll have to leave.
Yeah, 50% slow, though, going through BKB is, the absolute correct optimization there by Paparazzi and the Basher on Ursa here. To interrupt that TP, also important. And then look at that. Spear coming up from the high ground. Snipes him there on Ava. When he sees him trying to do that cheeky teleport, he'll love to see it.
Yeah. Paparazzi has to be MVP this game, man. Like he just played so damn well on this comp. He only goes 9-3-7, but he is a massive reason that they actually won this game. Like his itemization is absolutely perfect. He was able to find kills on these heroes even after they pick up these BKBs and just prevented Aster.Aries from really having a game. Yeah, and it's gonna be Paparazzi. No surprise there. I'm quite okay with this.
Yeah, man had an insane game, and the 69% kill participation, very nice. Ricky.
Very nice. Yes, very nice. Mm-hmm. It's actually it's what palindrome. Look at that.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
0.6. That's the joke I was making. But that's going to be it for game number 1. We're gonna hop into the lobby here just before we get to this next series. But a hell of a first game against these two giants, and things looking pretty good for Extreme right now. If you can take down Aster.Aries, well, that's one major barrier out of the way. That only leaves one other team for them to play against. That is going to be sitting at only 1 loss, and that is YBB, the team that they lost to themselves. The only team they lost to.
Yep. So, like I said, potential for some tiebreakers, man. It's going to be real fun. DPC is heating up here at the end of week 2. So we're going to go to a short break, everyone. Stay tuned for game number 2 of Aster.Aries and Extreme. We'll see you after the break.
还剩10秒，请验眼方禁用英雄。还剩10秒。
Hey everybody, welcome back here to the CNDPC. My name is R Cryptic. Of course, I'm here with Neff. We're going into game number 2 here of the night. It is Extreme versus Aster.Aries. And honestly, pretty solid game number 1, Neff. What do you think?
Oh yeah, that was a hell of a treat. At Aster.Aries, I don't feel like anything in Extreme Gaming's kit was a significant enough problem for them to ban out that game. Instead, they ban out the Earthshaker and the Weaver. I'm going into the draft trying to break this one down already, but it was just sick play out of Paparazzi that game. Ursa, managing to build enough items that he needed to really bring the hurt onto them, outscaling the Razor in the ultra late game. They just missed their timing, thanks to awesome high ground defense and turning some of these team fights around. But it's back on topic, shall we? Aster.Aries, they go for the Death Prophet here, something that has been very popular here in the CNDPC, which people have been starting to bleed over to these other regions. They played
the Death Prophet.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, I think this hero is very strong. Exorcism, it seems completely busted right now. Like, there's not really another teamfight ability that is so like immediately a threat. Like, you just like drop Exo and teams have to just decide, okay, we either don't fight or we blow up the Death Prophet. Those are our only options.
Yeah, and with how quickly people have been building BKBs on heroes, especially the DP, they think, okay, well, we can't blow up if she got the Black King bar. We just have to kind of get back now.
BKB won't save you against her either. Like, she will just fight you inside your own BKB if you tried to fight up against her. So, yeah, this hero's sick. I think it's very strong.
And people have been running it mid in the off lane, but there's one hero that does deal with it pretty well, is Lina. Usually you're able to keep your distance from her. It's not very easy for her to gap close thanks to the 670 attack range that the Lina has. You're going to take so many auto attacks if you try to come up and Spirit Siphon. You can force her off of you by dropping a Light Strike Array, and if you get yourself an Agent Scepter, you have that BKB piercing pure damage. It's if you don't go the right click build, which is the more popular one on Lina right now. But the hero does have a lot of tools to deal with the DP if they choose to run this Lina in the mid matchup against the DP. We'll see, though. Paparazzi's had way too good of a time on this Queen of Pain the last couple of series, so maybe they go back to that and just plan on running this Lina in position forward. It's okay with the Mars. When you get that Spear set up for the Light Strike Ray, you've got a lot of kill potential there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But on the Grimstroke with the DP, I mean, you've got the Soulbind into a multiple hero Spirit Siphon. It also keeps people pretty close. Excuse me, I was trying to drink back some generic energy beverage too quickly between the series. But you got the Soulbind as well. It's going to keep the heroes very close together, which allows Death Prophet to silence onto multiple heroes, as well as slowing them down when you're running at them with the Exorcism. And then you go for the Tree Protector afterwards. So Aster.Aries, they're looking to make up for some of the mistakes that they made in that previous game, keep all their towers up, to be able to defend. And I do think the Tree Protector is decent against Lina if you can wrap behind her. Get that overgrowth off, you keep her in place.
Yeah, BKB piercing disables are incredibly valuable right now. Because like you were talking about, BKB has picked up so much. And so these heroes that have the ability to pierce BKB are becoming incredibly more valuable. I'm going to be surprised they don't just pick the Snapfire here, to be honest. I'll go Shadow Shaman. All right, color me surprised. I said I would be. So they opt to go for something a little bit different from the conventional offlane. Typically something that like partners up really well with the Mars. It would have probably been the Mirana, but it was banned out here by Aster. So go ahead and grab the Shadow Shaman instead. Does offer a decent amount of push, has great single target lockdown.
And I think the push is one of the major things that Extreme Gaming do need here. I mean, Lina's able to do a lot of right click damage to the towers, but the Master...
That is a weird pick.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you've got single target lockdown on the Shadow Shaman. He also is decent at running in and dealing with some of these heroes on Aster.Aries. You've got OK Save with the Soul Rip. I'm not convinced with this Undying.
I'm not a fan of the Undying here, personally.
But
it just
again,
doesn't feel super strong. Like normally you pick this hero in the 5 position because you want to dominate, you know, an off lane. But technically, Aster.Aries might not have revealed their off lane. They instead respond with a life stealer.
I mean, it's good against all these heroes. The only person who deals with it that well is the Shadow Shaman.
Dude, life stealer has had a rough showing so far in the DPC. I don't think I've seen this hero win a game yet.
It's not great. I mean, when it's good, it's good. It's a built-in BKB. You're able to trade favorably with a lot of offlaners, Mars, of course, being one of them. But you're the lowest growth rate strength hero in the game at 2.4 per level. So despite the fact that, you know, you pick up tank carries, strength carries because they're fairly tanky a lot of the time, it's lower than some agility heroes. You don't gain this much agility either. I mean, your armor is going to be a lot lower. It all comes down to how hard you win your lane, because you don't have any built-in farming tools either. You get extra attack speed and some damage from Feast and Ghoul Frenzy, but you don't farm very quickly at all without a Maelstrom. So if you can shut down the Lifestealer's lane, he falls apart. He also doesn't scale amazingly because of that low stack growth rate that I just mentioned.
They have to ban Phases Void. Okay, good. I was say if they don't ban Phases Void here, they just will lose so fast. So a really smart ban there from Aster.Aries. I mean, that would have ruined their whole game plan.
Nail in the coffin for sure. I'm not crazy about Extreme Gaming's lineup. I don't know who fixes all these problems for them. I mean, maybe they go for a Phantom Lancer. The Dispel seems...
Juggernaut is pretty good here, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Juggernaut is very good here.
Juggernaut is pretty wild.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The only thing I don't like about the Juggernaut pickup here is...
Drow Ranger is good. Juggernaut's good. Medusa is still in the pool.
Medusa is still in the pool.
That would be a pretty sick Medusa game.
I mean, you have several heroes that could build Heaven's Halberds on the side of Aster.Aries, though.
I'm thinking it's just got to be an Agi carry who's a natural Manta builder.
And it is going
Luna.
to be an Agi carry who is a natural Manta builder.
I think with that, you're set for a pretty easy game here. I'm not super sure how they're going to run the lanes, because typically Luna you want to run with like a ranged support just so you can take advantage of the Lunar Blessing. Heroes like Shadow Shaman would hit like literally as strong as Treant Protector, but it's got to be the Undying. You can't run Luna with well, I mean, we'll see. Maybe they try and do something interesting here, but I feel like it's going to end up being the Undying Luna safe lane, and then Shaman and Mars in the off lane. But last pick here, probably going to be the... I mean, I would argue it could be mid lane. I think they might take DP off here.
Well, yeah, they definitely could pull a gotcha. I think they just want to get another hero that just runs at them, though. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I mean, I think if you would have run a spirit hero here, that would offer you a lot more catch to get on top of Lina. I feel like is pretty important. Right now, they've got no tools to get on top of the Lina. So if it's an offlane, it needs to be somebody who picks up a blink and can punish this Lina if she doesn't go BKB as like her absolute first item. Yeah, I definitely think you either want a spirit hero or like...
You could go Lesh.
No.
You don't think so?
I mean, Leshrac on Aster.Aries? No, you would just get blown up. You come into the fights, you don't have anybody amazing at keeping your HP topped off. Yes, you'd be able to take towers fairly quickly, but again, Lina's going to be sitting so far back in these team fights, you have no way to bring her down.
Chaos Knight, okay.
It's got some jump, but they're probably going to be building a Blink Dagger, and it is going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be offlane Chaos Knight.
Offlane CK. Phoenix is going to be playing the Death Prophet in the mid lane. Paparazzi is going to be playing the Lina, so this matchup does favor Lina. The extra attack speed that she gets with the Fiery Soul stacks, being able to spam with the Dragon Slave. It's just going to be like a case of out farming the Death Prophet. You can get more clicks in, extra harass, clear out the wave faster, than of course being able to move into the jungle. And again, no heroes until you get the Blink Dagger on this Chaos Knight. They're actually able to jump this Lina. So Paparazzi is going to have a fairly free game this time. which I'm concerned about given his performance so far in this DPC.
Yeah, I mean, he is just absolutely styled on everyone he has played against. He is really, really, really outperforming these other, mid laners, but also just other teams by himself. So we'll see how they do. Extreme Gaming currently up 1 so far, and Aster.Aries obviously need to win this one to tie up the series, but see if they can do it with a little bit of an interesting draft here. The Shadow Shaman Undying, not a support duo we see all that often. I mean, Undying in general has been a fairly unsuccessful hero in the DPC, and I think something that's been mostly ignored by a lot of teams. But the response from the Lifestealer, man, I don't believe in Lifestealer right now. I really don't. I think that hero is even weaker.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Again, it's okay. It's good against the Mars in the lane. It's good against the Undying as well. It's very difficult for the Undying to harass you down. I mean, for a strength hero anyway, you're just able to click him if he tries to trade with you, and you get the superior matchup. He serves 2 gauntlets of strength, in fact, and 2 branches, so he's just going for extra stats in this lane. And it will be Division 4 Shadow Shaman, though, not the Undying.
Ooh, that ward's gonna scout them. The question of do you take the engagement here or not, right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the answer is no. And not with all 5 of these heroes running at you. Train Protector, he hits like someone dropping a brick on you.
I mean, or just a giant tree branch.
Yeah,
probably something more along those lines. But yeah, 97 damage. Train Protector, very cool. Ulu, the wimpy, 58 damage. Who's the real carry in this lane? Let's be honest.
Yeah, that is true. Just go Quelling Blade on your Train Protector.
Dude, I forgot how much the damage variance is still on CK. It is 30 damage. Bottom rune. Looks like we're not going to end up seeing an engagement here. So they're just going to split these bad boys 2 and 2. And we are off to the races here in game number 2. Again, for those of you who are just tuning in, this is Aster.Aries versus Extreme Gaming.
Yeah, we have an extreming night ahead of us.
Thank you. But yeah, game 1 went the way of Extreme. They found themselves on the right side of Paparazzi's wrath, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, they had their backs up against the wall on Extreme for sure, but a couple of clutch plays, silences coming up from Paparazzi, and Ursa eventually just outscaling the enemy heroes ended up making a difference. And again, for anyone tuning in, like you just mentioned, this is an incredibly important series. Right now, Aster.Aries tied for first in the groups with YBB at 4 wins, 1 loss for their overall series. And Extreme Gaming looking to get there themselves. They managed to take this last win at 3 wins, 1 loss themselves.
And their loss being to YBB. So they would end up at the top, or they'd go to second, right? If they do manage to win this series, thanks to the head-to-head.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Either way, I mean, second is a promotion spot, so you take those. that's definitely okay. We take this. No big deal.
Yeah, and that's what these teams are after, is that promotion to the upper division, to be able to qualify for the majors here. And fortunately for these teams, the way it scales this year is each DPC, the closer we get to DPC season, the closer we get to TI, ends up being worth more points.
I'm glad they did that, just because this first one was a little bit rushed. I think a lot of people were not ready.
And it just kind of showed for some teams, other people have been in fairly good form.
Yeah.
But enough about the implications of this match. We'll talk about the match itself.
Yeah. I mean, mid lane's going pretty well for Phoenix here on this Death Prophet, being able to force out a lot of regen out of Paparazzi, but unless Paparazzi gets his bottle delivered just on time, so lane's basically just going to reset here.
There's a lot of kill potential across like every single lane, so I'm worried to miss something as soon as I start talking about some of these matchups. But again, we did talk about during the draft the fact that Lina is very good against this Death Prophet. Phoenix is rarely ever going to get the Spirit Siphon off onto the Lina here, unless like Lina plays very close to the DP. which I don't see is going to happen. You're going to be able to keep. You're going to be like keeping your distance from her, getting your auto attacks off, punishing her as she tries to play close to the group wave. And it is right now going a little bit Lena favored. Got 15-3 to the 13-2 CS. But I think once you're like level 5 on Paparazzi, then he's just going to be spamming in the creep waves, moving back over to the small camp, clearing that out, and actually going to get started on that one right now, I think.
Man, you just buy boots on Shadow Shaman and Treant Protector just cries. He can't ever catch you. Speaking of crying, Lifestealer's last hits. He's not having a good time. He had to rage to get a range creep just now, so not the best start here.
It's only 75 mana. It's like less than a Lucent Beam if you think about it.
Yeah, but I don't know. This feels weird.
Yeah, I suppose it does. But you do have the superior damage right now on Mars. You end up going Bracer, Gauntlets, Double Branch, and top lane.
Oh, Luna pops the stick, ends up living just barely. And now it's going to be TK that falls to DY thanks to all the damage from those Undying Tombstone. All right, normally, I feel like Undying would have a pretty weak lane. It's like pretty strong in the lane, but then like falls off. And I feel like they just aren't respecting the Undying right now. This is like when he's strongest in this game.
Yeah, the very beginning, his first couple of levels, and we'll see how well DY manages to scale this as the game goes on. But I think eventually he'll just become kind of like a Soul Rip bot with the Holy Locket that'll try to keep his teammates alive, drop Tombstone.
Walk in with Flesh Golem, try and get the bonus damage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Flesh Golem has to be one of the best spells in all of Dota 2. It is ridiculous how strong that spell is, but for some reason, Undying has not had a lot of success lately, I think.
Yeah, he's not that popular. He's only got like a 40% win rate at the moment as well in the DPC, but I think it's just because he doesn't play fast enough. He doesn't blow heroes up. He doesn't deal well with BKBs that come out so quickly right now. BKBs just counter out his entire kit.
Yeah, it really does. Bottom lane. Ava tracked in the trees for the moment. Shadow Shaman rotating in though. Nice spear. Gonna be able to push Lifestealer away, and Red Panda trying with the body blocks, but doesn't work so well.
Yeah, Ava took a lot of damage there from trying to play into the trees, get around that Nature's Grasp instead of walking through it. Unfortunately, so nice punish there by Red Panda. He's got a Soul Ring, so he's able to spam out his abilities inside his lane as well. And 2 points of Leechy, 0 in living armor so far. This is the build that used to go when Leechy was a little bit more powerful at the early levels, and I think he did a little bit more slow. But you'll essentially just heal back up any of the... oh, it doesn't pop it there. You'll heal back up any of the damage that you take. Mid lane.
Yeah, I'd say mid lane, Paparazzi forced out, and Phoenix, with the help of TK and a catapult, will take the mid tower. I mean, that is such a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't see what forced Paparazzi out of that one, but the fact that he wasn't spamming creep wave, he just took the mid tower from Paparazzi at 6 minutes into the game. Very rarely do you see Death Prophet actually get these towers with that first exorcism, because you can just pop the fortify and it's so easy to force her off of the tower. But none of the heroes were able to rotate. You don't have wave clear ability on the Shadow Shaman right now with only like 2 points in the Ether Shock. Undying isn't able to do anything other than die. And
speaking of Shadow Shaman, he's getting caught bottomed. Can he actually walk out? No, Leech Seed gonna be able to finish off the kill. Now Ava has to walk his way back to the tower. The one thing that's going well here for the Mars, I mean, he's still top net worth. He's farming exceptionally well, almost has his armlet, so he's not too worried about the state of his lane. Lifestealer still the one struggling the most here.
Yep. And I mean, this is a lane that Lifesteal is supposed to do fairly well in. Better than most melee heroes anyways against the Mars. You've got the rage, you're able to survive the drops his arena. You can trade fairly well.
So I'm surprised they went for the Lifestealer. I feel like something that like for sure plays better into the Mars might have been the way to go here, but Hulu does have the phase boots now, though. That's pretty big. Paparazzi rotation here into the bottom lane. That's gonna catch him here. They get the Hex, and there's going to be the LSA. He doesn't get the rage off in time. Well played.
Arena, man.
Yeah, an arena just comes off. He gets level 6, uses that bad boy to finish off the Treant Protector as well. So 2 heroes fallen. Now they're going to turn their attention to the tier 1 tower.
So at the very least, you lost your mid tower, but you get some recovery by finding 2 kills in the bottom lane now on Paparazzi, which makes sense. Death Prophet, I mean, usually this play, the rotation hitting down the bottom lane for so long on your mid laner, this Lina would be punished, and Death Prophet would take the middle tower. But given that you've already lost it, she kind of walked around aimlessly for a couple seconds there on Phoenix, as she wasn't sure what to do, because it's too late to TP in on that tower with 3 heroes already standing on it. And you're not going to be able to push in the mid to do any damage to the tower, but they will head top lane now, and they have a haste on Phoenix, so if... Alright, yeah.
Exorcism back off cooldown, obviously, yeah. Not an easy way to contest, and this is just the thing that Death Prophet does really well right now, and it's a reason this hero, like, I think is incredibly strong. Like, you just can't really, you can't really contest this hero under Exorcism without pulling, like, a huge rotation. And even then, you're still going to take a lot of tower damage, so.
Yeah, you need burst damage. Alina does have that, but the rest of your team doesn't yet. But the mid tower being taken, the top tower being taken, this will give you control of the enemy team's jungle when you're playing against Luna. That is significantly slowing down their farm. Her farming speed with Moonglaives and Lunar Blessing means absolutely nothing if she doesn't have the space on the map to use it.
Well, they're going to go ahead and tombstone these bottom triangle and use these to farm up. Ooh, well, Undying kind of yoinks a couple of the creeps, but I'm sure it's fine. That's the support tax.
Those went to Luna, didn't they?
Nah, the big one went to Undying. The Satyr.
Oh, no.
That's 67 gold or something.
Yeah. Let's hope not too many of these ancients go the way of Undying.
Oh, 1. But again, this is just a support tax. You expect this. He went through the efforts of stacking it over and over again.
Yeah, it just means he's going to get a faster Holy Lock hit, right?
Yep. Mask of Madness comes out here from the Luna. We'll be able to clean up the rest of this wave just in time for it to respawn. So that's very convenient. And Luna now takes the 2nd place on the net worth chart. Now in the river, though, they do manage to get on top of Lina. Phoenix with the haste rune, going to put some big work in with that one as Paparazzi unable to get away. The Spirit Siphon, obviously plenty of damage to finish him off. Red Panic commits the Overgrowth. They don't want to let Undying out of here, and really well done. They'll pick themselves up 2 kills.
Takes them a while to bring him down. They have to go through all the Spirit Siphon charges, so at the very least, it'll take a little while for Death Prophet to recover those 2 minutes. All those charges are back. This is me coping, by the way.
Yeah, it's like that's a very heavy copium going there, sir.
I realized like halfway through when I say, I'm just talking shit.
You're like, yeah, I hear it myself. I can hear it. Yes,
I can hear the copium in my own voice. All right, Chaos Knight. He's farming up, catching back up with the Luna, but obviously he's gonna fall further behind. Doesn't have amazing farming tools like the Luna has. But he does have that Blink Dagger queued up next, so they're planning on playing this quick again on Aster.Aries, which makes sense. I think both these teams play a little bit faster. We'll see, usually BKB plus one other item after the boots and all these heroes before the teams are ready to clash with each other.
I feel like very rarely do you see Boots of Travel first item on the Death Prophet. A lot of times people opt to just get like items that tank up, but Phoenix is just going to go double null tally Boots of Travel.
Yeah. I mean, it's become more common now. Just want to build extra movement speed and, be able to TP around the map and not have to constantly ferry yourself out town portal scrolls on your mid laner.
He's going to be able to dodge out this gank here in the mid lane. It looks like they want to smoke up themselves, and they will. The question is, will they actually find the sign of Aster.Aries? Phoenix, there it is. He walks right into him. The Hex comes out right away. They take down the Death Prophet. And that's the one side from out tanking up a little bit.
Clear out Phoenix there. Yeah, punishment is there. I mean, at the very least, the BKB is coming out as his next item, and that's when Death Prophet's really going to be able to actually exist inside these team fights. Paparazzi.
He wanted to, but yeah, I think if you go into the Chaos Knight here, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Overgrowth comes out. They turn that around on you pretty quickly with Phantasm Reality Rift. You get back. Regardless of having map control right now on Aster.Aries, they're still up 2k net worth right now, due to the fact that all of these cores just have better farming tools than yours. on Extreme.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the lifesteal that worries me, right? This is not a hero that farms fast. It was only really during the Radiance meta where this hero like felt like he was like an actual farming hero. But right now it's a little bit rough. Yeah, top lane, Treant Protector, Khan out there. Nice find there by Tank. Another kill gonna go the way of Paparazzi.
A little bit too far forward. I guess just didn't figure that all these people would be sticking around for so long. Want to get some wards out. Luna safely farming up the triangle on the other side of the map. Dragonlance was just completed as well. On top of that, Mask of Madness. So what items are we looking at now? Blink Dagger, you're 700 gold off right now on the Mars. I think you'll start setting up on the Death Prophet once you have that one completed. You don't want to wait for DP to finish off this BKB. If she gets this, it just becomes like you were talking about, impossible to fight into that exorcism. Suddenly you don't have the option of blowing her up anymore.
It's actually have the Blink Dagger on the Chaos Knight. Paparazzi here gonna be lucky as DY gets spotted first, and he'll find that kill.
Yep. Well, that was the blink reveal there on the CK. Now Paparazzi realizes he's got that one, so he very much needs to farm up this BKB. And as soon as the CK jumps onto you, you just need to pop that every single team fight. So Paparazzi's job has become a lot harder.
Yep. If you get like Chaos Bolted into an Inkswell, which is exactly what they're going to be doing, right? They'll just Inkswell up the Chaos Knight. He's going to blink in, hit you with the Chaos Bolt. That Inkswell plus that Chaos Bolt stun is going to be like 5 seconds. Like it is way too much for you to deal with.
Yeah, and you can kill Lina a lot faster than that. Not incredibly tanky hero. Tank. He's looking to shove in the top lane with this Luna. He's got Serpent Wards available.
This would be a really good tower if you can get it. Oh yeah? They find Phoenix bottom the arena? Okay, that's a huge kill. It's such a dangerous place to be on the map.
Yeah, what they did there was
Tank with the fast reflexes? Is he out? No, he's dead. It was a sick play by him though. It really was. Go ahead, though. Fill us in what happened there in the bot lane.
Oh yeah. Arena came out onto the DP and Lina Boots traveled in. They pop Fortify in the creep wave, so it's just not able to kill the creep as Lina comes in.
Yeah.
And then they just finish her off, the two of them together. So BKB is very important on the DP as well. Didn't matter that she had haste there either. Still ends up dropping. So nice rotation there by this Mars.
Yeah, haste just makes you panic faster inside the arena.
Yeah. He didn't even pop it, was still bottled. But yeah, Blink Dagger is now done on the Mars, so as soon as the arena's off of cooldown again, they'll probably look for another kill on this DP. It's very good at keeping her in place.
I think they want to actually make another gank here at the bottom onto Red Panda, but it's just not an easy target, right? You do have the blink finished up on the Mars, though. Luna gonna go ahead and show herself in the lane, maybe? Oh, no, they ping her. They're like, please don't. Okay, no, they will.
I mean, 7 seconds, please. Dude, I think Ava's just gonna blink into the trees and drop the arena. That would be
Death Prophet's coming in. Overgrowth. This is the fight that you want. However, he gets caught by the silence. What an unlucky timing there for Ava, but really well played by the Death Prophet. Because that could have been a lot worse. Oh, it might have gotten worse. Take manages to find Phoenix on the backside, and there's the blink, and he gets another beautiful silence here, but you're still trapped inside the arena, trying to juke it out, but still ends up falling.
Falling apart. You're crumbling now on Aster.Aries, 14 net worth up on Extreme, and just shoving this mid tower, take control of the enemy team's jungle, and farm this one up. I mean, I think you just need to get back there on DP. You know they've got the Blink Dagger complete on the Mars. You had the opportunity to scout him out as he blinked in onto you. At that point, I think you go, okay, well, we're just going to sack this team fight and finish up the BKB on the TP before we take anything. But your timing is being slowed down significantly now. And speaking of BKB, Lina now has the gold for hers, so Paparazzi is about to become Pop-Offerazzi again.
I like what you did there.
Yeah. I
Where'd
stole
you get
that one from you.
Mid lane, they're just going to try and keep these lanes pushed out. Both teams obviously are going to be fighting over Roche here, and Phoenix actually, you go ahead and pop the Exorcism and walk right in. The question is, will Extreme figure this one out? It doesn't look like they have for the moment. They smoke up. Heading that way, but the Roche, it's gonna fall too fast. I think they managed to got it. There's gonna be the scan on the money, but Ulu gets it. And they're gonna find the Chaos Knight. That's a great way to start it. Stuck inside those wards. No way out. Ava, Arena in 2. Can he catch them in time? He will not. It looks like Phoenix will be able to escape. The question is, can he get the chase here onto the Stream Protector? Blink up in 1. He goes for it, and he finds TK as well. They're gonna go over the Infest. Nice overgrowth, holding them back down. Ulu comes inside, but he's got to be careful as like that rage is expiring.
Yeah. I mean, they saw the opportunity to turn that one onto them. They went a little bit too far forward. They popped the overgrowth. The BKB came out from Paparazzi immediately, and they were just forced to get back. So they weren't able to catch that Death Prophet with Exorcism and Infest bonus movement speed, but they could catch the rest of the heal, but that Blink Dagger was up.
Oh,
and
the
now,
Hex from downtown. Spirit of Follow. He's stuck up against the wall. DUI pops the Flesh Golem. It's a lot of burst damage, but they're afraid to press any further as there's going to be the Router of pulling back the Undying. He's going to go down. Oh my god, Ulu is bugged. Wait till you see.
He is. This is just Lifestealer working as intended on his hind legs.
Yeah, he's evolved. Lina here caught out in the mid lane, and that BKB, that's a huge death. Great find there. I mean, that's the Ink Swell Chaos Bolt combo we were talking about.
Yeah, that's why the Blink Dagger was so important to come out on the CK. They needed something with a Blink disable that was kind of tanky.
Dude, you can't see his auto attacks.
Well, you can't?
No, you can't see Ulu's auto attacks. He just like he's just like flailing both of his arms and things just like take damage in front of him.
All right, this is hilarious though.
This is incredible.
This is Lifestealer at peak performance.
You may not know it, ladies and gentlemen, but this is what peak performance looks like. They're trying to find Red Panda bottom. The Arena's not going to scout him there. That is unlucky.
I was hoping that it would do that last time they were trying to catch you guys out in the bottom lane, but they didn't manage to find anybody. Wow. That last fight with that death on the Paparazzi start to take, well, they lose, you know, their pressure on the map. So, unfortunately, no way to take this mid tier 1. The Stream Protector's been doing an excellent job of keeping the rest of the towers up. That early bottom tier 1 that they took was like the only control they've been able to get so far this game. I do think it gets easier. Maybe once you have the BKB on the Mars and you can play further forward, or Luna's got hers completed, like BKB plus Manta on the Luna, but I'm concerned you're going to fall off this game.
Top lane goes down. No, not going to make the play. Tank. A little bit too scary, but yeah, you did manage to catch the Undying bottom there. Not bad.
A nice fight. So they made some use out of this Aegis. Lifestealer's going for a BKB.
That one's a little surprising.
I mean, it was popular for a little while before they changed around Satanic to give you a Dispel. Like people would build BKB on Lifestealer against silences, but it's still okay just because of the massive magic immunity time that you get. Your magic immune for like, I don't know, 90% of a team fight between like Rage, BKB, then Rage again.
He just takes top tower with ease here, still protected by that Aegis for another minute and a half.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Outpost now claimed by Aster.Aries, complete control of the jungle, and they're starting to catch back up in farm. Number of advantages decreasing now for Extreme Gaming.
Nice attempt there by the Chaos Knight, but Tank predicted that one. He has his blink now on the Shadow Shaman, so things are pretty scary actually if you are solo pushing. So they do know about the blink dagger, of course, now, but if you are alone in a lane, you have to be very careful about this Shaman with a blink hex or a blink shackle.
Yep, and I think. Yeah, he's got Blink, Aetherlands, he's got a Philosopher's Stone as well, so he's going to be getting the Agathon Shard pretty quickly. Once he's got that one complete, he's just so much cast range on the Shackles.
Red Panda playing with fire here as Ava really wants to find him.
What? Ava didn't blink?
I
thought he would go for him there.
Maybe he didn't see the, I feel like they had to see him, right? It was daytime.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to risk the arena. I think he just wants to hold it, and the follow-up damage was not really there, maybe.
I mean, Death Prophet was able to TP in. The big travels if you blink aggressively, then they could turn it on you. But they smoke up now on extreme. They still don't have the blink, or sorry, the BKB completed on the Mars. So I'm worried about that, just like him being blown up when he tries to sit at the front of the team fight, or not being able to get out of that overgrowth.
Absolutely. You've got to start the fight off with a big stun from tank or even a solid arena, and they will find that Chaos Knight. That's a great way to do it. Nava comes in, able to find 2 on the backside. Spear will hold Chaos Knight down. TK trapped inside the arena. Ulu has to disengage, almost gets ward trapped there. Nice attempt by tank, but he had those phase boots still. Red Panda is infested, doesn't actually have overgrowth though.
Yeah. No. He gets back. That wouldn't have been great. They finally managed to get the mid tower, so finally extra control over the map. They can put more pressure on the enemies, punish this lifestealer as he tries to farm maybe. But I think it's going to come down to having vision, right? Because you want your Shadow Shaman to be able to blink on top of him from the fog and get that Hex off. Then follow up with the other stuff. Speaking of, almost has the item shard completed. One of these other items. Aeon Disc almost done on the Death Prophet, so at some point...
Ava just like God's rebuked the wave, and it was like at the exact second Chaos Knight blinked in to go for a stun, and then he gets the blink out.
Very nice. Quick reactions. Both teams, I think, are going to be starting to set up around the pit in the next minute here. You've got okay vision coverage so far from extreme. You can see if the enemies try to invade your jungle to set up on the Roche pit themselves. But I think they probably want to try to get into the enemy team's triangle in the next minute or so here. They're very close to their next set of items. Luna just finishing her Manta style, and Silver Edge almost completed on the Lina. BKB almost on the Mars. Once you hit these 3 items, you smoke up, you take control of the Roche pit, and I think going for Aegis is going to be the next play, but Aster.Aries looking to make a movement before that.
They smoke up with the Infest. Phoenix, his BKB is done, of course. He's actually got Sange on Courier, maybe? Yeah, he does, so hasn't quite dropped yet, but Chaos Knight, again, the infested lifestealer, he finished his BKB. They really want to fight, but they're not finding anything quite yet. Did they read this perfectly? It looks like they did. They all TP back to their base. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they dodged that one out, so they don't catch them before they complete any of these items. Very nice. Yeah, there's the first one. It can be completed now on the Mars. Lina, I think after this creep wave, we'll get this one. Silver Edge now done, being flown out to her.
We're going to see Roche timer here in just a second. About halfway, minute 30.
And Aghanim Shard completed on Shadow Shaman. So huge power spike right now for Extreme Gaming. Aster.Aries, they're going to want to dodge them for a little while.
And that extra cast range is so good.
Yeah. You got like, he doesn't have I mean, we're almost 27 minutes. He could find himself a Psychic Headband as well. The need of like 1,000 cast range on his shackles.
Yeah.
Just stuck there in the silly string for 5 seconds. You don't get to play Dota. Good stuff.
I mean, you know, at least you get to play with silly string.
That's true. Lifestealer.
Oh,
it's got to be Shadow Shaman.
They're going to bait the Death Prophet? Okay, yeah, they know it's an illusion. I was like,
yeah.
Do they know?
They do. Yeah. I mean, if Roshan respawned right away, as soon as they hit this timing, great. Unfortunately, they've got to wait another 30 seconds. I think by then, they're going to be ready to take a fight now on Aster.Aries. Lifestealer just got his, well, he got his BKB completed a little while ago, working on towards his next item.
Chaos Knight's working on one as well, I know that.
Yeah. DP's got the Sange and a BKB, so is working on that Heaven's Halberd that we talked about at the beginning of the game. That's why I wasn't crazy about a Medusa pickup against a Lifestealer and a Death Prophet.
They got vision on the high ground. They get a good tombstone there. Arena comes through. It's going to find Red Panda here on the Tree Protector. That's going to be no overgrowth. Your BKB Piercing Disable is not going to be there, and they find the Chaos Knight. Beautiful silence, though, from the Death Prophet, trying to close the gap here, but Paparazzi turns around with his own BKB. They're going to have to buy back on the CK. And Aster.Aries, they lose 2. Roshan's going to respawn. And you're not going to have Exorcism for this next fight.
Yeah, he popped the exorcism because they weren't sure whether they're going to take that fight or not, and they just immediately started backing up on the DP. It stopped them being able to chase too hard on Extreme, but ends up being a pretty big mistake. At the very least, he popped that exorcism with the Arcane Rune, so we'll be back up in another 70 seconds.
You got all 3 BKBs off the side of Extreme as well in that fight, so you at least have the BKB advantage, so you don't really want to force a fight now on Extreme unless you get those back off cooldown. But this ward is providing them with so much information. The sentry is going to finally come out. That D ward is there, and Extreme going to back up into their own high ground to for safety here.
10 seconds till Mars' BKB's back up.
20
they
seconds
can't
on
actually
the arena,
fight
though.
this. Yeah. But he's just gonna like spear this lifestealer into the side of the pit as soon as his BKB's off cooldown.
They're going for the wraparound here. If Tank gets some good spot, gets eyes, and they're gonna find the Treant Protector. Phoenix forces the BKB. Ulu with the rage, able to stay himself alive, but Treant Protector just surrounded and goes down once again. Undying trying to stand his ground, but so is Phoenix, and it's not working too well. The crit damage there from Paparazzi too much. Luna able to kite out Lifestealer, but the Inkswell finally gonna catch her. Tank comes in with the shackles though. You lost all 5 at the end of the day, and it only cost you a buyback on DY.
That was so sick there by the Shadow Shaman. He wraps around the back line. Not only does he stop Treant Protector from getting off anything in that team fight, no overgrowth, no living armor, no solar crest. He also blocked the only escape that they had. Normally, if you're trying to take that team fight, you run up on the hill, but the Mass Serpent Ward's positioning stopped them from being able to do that.
Yeah.
And immediately after, he just jump on a lifesteal, disables him as well. Completely torn apart in that team fight. Superior positioning there by Tank. Definitely MVP of that fight.
Yeah, it was sick. Cause like he gets like the ward spawn plus the like 4 wards off the shackles. So like there was nowhere you could go.
Yeah, nowhere you could go. And again, they'd just be forced to kind of walk towards the enemies or like around the long way back up into their triangle where they had their vision. Thanks to Tank's positioning there.
All right, two towers going to fall here for the side of Ares following that Roshan. You got Aegis Shard now on the Luna. You are feeling pretty dang good about yourself right now. She's queued up an Eye of Scotty, so Lifestealer life is going to get really difficult for him.
Yeah, I'm not going to be stealing so much life in just a moment.
Yeah.
DD spawns. I think you're going to take that on Paparazzi. Yeah, he's got the bottle. But they just hit so many item timings as well before that team fight on Extreme. The BKB is the Silver Edge on the Lina. Just way too much damage for them to deal with. Huge power spike. And again, you've kind of fallen off. They play around their timing so well on Extreme.
Yeah, they really do.
No. Aster.Aries, they need a recovery plan here. I mean, Red Panda, you could try to stall the game out by shoving in these waves with Nature's Grass, making sure to keep the towers topped up on the high ground with living armor. But I think Extreme Gaming, they're just going to keep you boxed into your base and just gain an overwhelming net worth advantage at this point.
That's kind of what it feels like, right? They have a 17k gold lead. This bottom tier 2. I don't think you can afford to fort this. You have to save that for the high ground, right? No, they use it anyway. They're gonna get a nice soulbind here on the back side, but they managed to find the CK. The Hex does come through, but he pops that rage here on Lulu, but he is all alone without an infest. And the ward trap from Tank. Oh no.
I think his phase boots were just coming off a cooldown as he died, so he couldn't phase through them while he was BKB'd there. So Lifestealer just ends up getting wrecked, and the amount of damage that came out from Lina in that short duration you were stuck inside the wards didn't matter. You had magic immunity.
That's like a more BM ward. That's like a more BM sprout, dude. You're just like, I know the cooldown on this. It's worth it.
I mean, absolutely. The double damage on the Lina.
Oh my gosh. Ava just melts TK on the backside. Red Panda stuck inside the arena, nowhere to go. It will buy back on the Grimstroke, but that dude just got one-shotted by the Mars. The Deso armlet completed on this hero now.
Yeah, and this Luna, I mean, this entire team tearing through the building so quickly. The 5 of them with Lunar Blessing with this Desolator. Your living armor means absolutely nothing on this Rax.
Not at all. Ooh, Chaos Knight. Well, he's dead. He did not last very long there standing on these heroes, and they are just going one lane of barracks to the next. They're like street sweepers, man. Everything in their way, it's gone. Like, you can't, there's just no standing up against this. DP in here from Ulu. They do get a nice soulbind. BKB pop from the Lina Phoenix with, I don't even, Lifestealer just died. He just died instantly. The GG comes out. That is it. You can't stand up into this damage. It is way too much, and Extreme will take themselves a 2-0. I thought I had time, Nev. I thought I had time there to talk about, oh, you know, this Death Prophet's coming in. We're about to really start this fight. But you know what didn't really happen?
Well, the Death Prophet didn't come in. It didn't really start
there
that
was
fight.
not really a fight. It just died.
Yeah. I mean, you got your plate mail to kind of to tank up towards the end there. The Heaven's Halberd, BKB. Boots of Travel didn't end up being enough. Tank had some amazing jumps in this game. The early game farm that he found, making a huge difference. Once he had that Blink Dagger Aether Lens, it was just a matter of getting on top of these heroes, right? And
yeah.
I think that fight around the Roche Pit, off of that like one super sick movement there by Tank, won them this entire game. I mean, Luna had a flawless game, 0 deaths. Paparazzi did fairly well too, but you know, super sick gameplay out of Tank.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a super well executed game in general from Extreme. I think they all played well. The Undying didn't really feel like strong or weak. It just kind of existed, but it did manage to win the lane for the Luna, and that was really all it needed to do. And Luna ended up becoming way too farmed. Ava on this Mars, though, as well. Dude, this guy owned. He hit so many great arenas. He was always jumping past the backside of the fight, trying to find like these supports. Like every single time he's finding Grimstroke in this arena, and it tells. Like this Grimstroke had 5,000 net worth. That was it. He's like the 4th position with like 5,000 net worth. Dies 5 times in this game. Like this was just such a miserable game for him.
Not really much they were able to do with these backline jumps, and you know, catching out the Death Prophet as well in that bottom lane with the creep fortification that I don't think we ended up catching. Was a super sick play as well. So sick plays there by you know, all of Extreme Gaming. But we're gonna go over some highlights real quick.
Yeah, some good stuff here. I mean, this is really where you start seeing the physical damage come out from Extreme just be a little bit too much. Like the Chaos Knight just melting here under these heroes. And then again, their arena was just a few seconds off cooldown, but every single time trapping supports or at least another hero. And Ulu, every time he tries to like make a play, he has to pop rage just to get through the arena wall. And here it is once again, backside, just zoning out the rest of these heroes. They cannot come in to the fight at all.
Yeah. And there's another one that came out, but in that last fight, you saw, you know, he tried to ward trap this Lifestealer in his rage so many times. That time that he happened to have his phase boots off of cooldown, got through them, but not the one at the end of the game. And this team fight is when DP. Look at this. This is Tank. He wrapped around, blocked the exit up onto the high ground. They realized
Tombstone's
that
there too. Oh my gosh. They're like, yeah, good luck. You you can't get past. Tank's like, I'll wait right here, guys. Don't worry, I'm blocking the exit. Hexes up the Chaos Knight and then blinks over to get a perfect shackle onto the Lifestealer. I mean, yeah, this is so sick. And there's just so much physical damage. They can just stand their ground. Bonk, dude, that so much damage from the Mars.
Yeah. And then at this point, game already over. As soon as he comes in, didn't even manage to get
he just got instant hex. Oh no, I didn't realize it was that fast.
It wasn't even the hex that got him first. It was a light strike array. But Tank, he's going to be the MVP of this game. Very much deserved. Man played absolutely insane. He has had such a sick performance on all of his 4 positions at the DPC. And you know, this is great news for all you all you Extreme Gaming fans out there. This will tie them for first place against YBB here. So 4-1, and Aster.Aries drops to 4-2. So things getting very close here in the CN DPC.
Top 3 is gonna be spicy, man. Like these teams are gonna be going for each other. The funny thing is though, is there's a 3-way. If these teams all end up with the same score, they all took a game off of each other, so we would technically have a 3-way tie for first. Because YBB lost to Aster, but YBB beat Extreme, and Extreme lost to YBB but beat Aster. So like we just have this like 3-way tie potential again here in the CNDPC, which could be real fun.
Just like in season number 2. Now for relegation, moving up or moving down, it head-to-head doesn't matter. You will have to play a tiebreaker for that one.
Yep. It's just for like placement if you're a what do you call it?
Cash placement somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, cash placement. Thank you. Yeah, in the middle. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, super fun series. Extreme look really dang good, man. It's just so you gotta give credit where credit's due. Paparazzi is an absolute beast, and we all knew that coming into this DPC. But this guy is a different kind of animal.
Yeah, he is. And thankfully for everybody watching, the next 2 days that we are on, which is going to be tomorrow on the 14th, and then on the 17th afterwards, we're going to continue to see Extreme play. They've got 2 more series to close out before they're done. And so same with YBB. So this is going to decide everything in these next couple of days. Tomorrow could be the last matches that really matter for what team goes where as far as whether or not they're relegated. So you guys better tune in tomorrow for some more games. This is going to be Shenzhen against Magma, followed by Sparking Arrow Gaming against YBB, and finally CDEC against Extreme.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a super sick series. Hopefully CDEC manages to come together for that final series of theirs, but we'll see what ends up happening. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. Congratulations to Extreme Gaming for the quick 2-0. But yeah, Neff, any final words before we call it?
Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't get to see CDEC play. Single series leaves me wanting a little bit more, but thankfully, the next couple of days that we're on, or the next 2 days that we're on, there's going to be triple matches. So that's going to be it after that. Yeah, the CN DPC Division 2 is going to be closed out at that point. So,
I can't believe that. It's so nuts that we're like almost done.
Yeah. Only ended up being like 2.5, 3 weeks here.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the cast. Again, my name is Art Cryptic. I'm here with Neff Sensei. And yeah, have a wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow.
跟之前差不多吧，我觉得没什么不一样。指挥的话一般都是3、4、5号位吧，然后2号位有关键装的时候声音会很大，然后我就跟着他们就行了。我 BP 的时候选我英雄的时候我声音最大。
can't drown me. You can't drown me. Close to the moon and the Neptune. Rivers correspond. There's a storm. Lay me by your side, sway me with your touch.